Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. So today we are going to explore fundamental concept of HIRARC. Understanding this can empower anyone to build a culture of safety. As you can see the lower part of the screen where we have discussed with Mr. Muhammad Hafizuddin, a senior executive, safety and health department of Top Glove. So first of all, let me introduce our team member, which is me myself, Alif Irfan, and then Fatin Fakihah, Nur Natasha, and also Siti Ayuni. Here we are. What is hazard actually? So a hazard is any situation or object that could potentially cause harm. Imagine it as a hidden threat waiting to be triggered. So a hazard can be a physical like wet floor or sharp object, chemical, biological, ergonomic from repetitive motions, or even psychosocial like stress. So then what is risk? So risk on the other hand, is the chance of the hazard causing harm. It is the likelihood of that hidden threat becoming a reality. Risk considers both the severity of the potential harm and the probability of it happening. So now, by understanding the hazard and risk, and we notice this in our workplace, so most likely we are not safe, right? That is where HIRARC assessment being conducted to proactively manage hazard and risk. So basically, HIRARC stand for hazard identification, risk assessment, and risk control. So literally, the first step of the process is to identify all the potential hazard in the workplace. Second step will be assessing the likelihood and severity of harm from each hazard, which is the risk. And the final step is to develop control measures to eliminate or reduce the risk. Okay, now, as you can see here, head of the department or the process owner take the lead role in overall HIRARC assessment. They ensure the identification, assessment, and implementation of the risk control plan for all activities done by employees, contractors, or visitors in their workplace. On the other hand, safety department like our resource person, Mr. Hafiz, monitor and review HIRARC compliance. Also, they educate and train the HODs, process owner on the legal requirement and procedure associated with the HIRARC. The importance of this assessment is actually it emphasizes the importance of safety and create a culture where everyone is aware of potential dangers and take steps to prevent them. Other than that, it encourages collaboration across different departments. Everyone involved become responsible for pinpointing hazards and contributing to solutions together. All right. And the last but not least, it avoid unnecessary penalties by complying with the regulation from Department of Safety and Health in Malaysia. So thank you for your attention. Now I would like to hand over to Fatin, Natasha, and also Ayuni to see how this translates to action.
Okay, hi, I'm Fatin. Thank you to Alif. By the way, I will present how to conduct identification hazard in Top Glove. So the first one is accident report. Top Glove will analyzing past incidents helps identify trends and areas needing improvement. And the second one is workplace inspection report. Have to regular inspection by qualified personnel can uncover potential hazard before accident occur. So the third one is a feedback by employees. So encouraging employees to report unsafe acts and condition allows for proactive mitigation. And fourth is a daily morning briefing, which is they will have like morning briefing by daily basis. They will discuss any incident, near misses or safety concern from the past. And last one is a comments by local authority. They will monitor of the hazard and the effectiveness of the mitigation measures. Okay, next is type of hazard in Top Glove. So the first one is a chemical hazard. For example, for a chemical hazard is acid plus nitrile glue and also acid plus latex. For your information, me is one of the ex-staff in Top Glove. So I had this experience before. So this area will give we will get some irritation for our eyes and difficulties breathing, and also once a week we have irritation our skin in our mouth. So very harm area. I mean, like very hazard area. So yeah. Okay, next is physical hazard, which is the first one is electrical and machinery. The second one is wet floor will be caused the slippery. And then third one is latex oven, which is once we walk here, we will feel like the heat and temperature is very high, more than 40 degrees. So the next one is a noise. Like in a pulling brush, a few minutes we will have some noise from this pulling brush. So we need to use the earplug or earmuff. Okay. So the last one is the acid tank, which is will give a heat temperature like a latex oven. Yeah. The last one is environmental hazard, which is natural disaster and water pollution. We had this experience before. Some of the equipment we cannot use anymore. Next, I will pass to Natasha.
My name is Natasha, and I will continue with our risk assessment. So as you can see from the slide, it has a flowchart of HIRARC process, which is we start with classify work activities, move to identify hazard, and risk assessment, risk control, implement. So basically, the risk assessment is we review of the risk lah. So it has 3 different risk assessment, which is a qualitative risk assessment. A qualitative analysis would use a scale of a low, medium, high to indicate the likelihood of a risk event occurring. So the second one is a quantitative risk. It used to describe the relative risk scale. And the next one is quantitative risk assessment. It requires calculation of 2 components of risk, the magnitude of the potential loss and the probability that the loss will occur. We move into risk metric. So the formula of a risk metric is L times S, which is equal to relative risk. So L is stand for likelihood and S for severity. So as you can see, there is a risk column here, which is 1 to 4 equals to the low. It is acceptable and further reduction may not be necessary. However, if the risk can be resolved quickly and efficient, control measures should be implemented and recorded. So the next one is 5 till 12, which is we consider as medium. So for medium risk, we require a planned approach to controlling the hazard and applies temporary measure if required. So for this one, it must be documented on the risk assessment form, including date for completion. And the last one is the high risk, which is above 15 to 25. It requires immediate action to control the hazard as detailed in the hierarchy of control. So action taken must be documented on the risk assessment form, including also the date for completion.
Risk control. How Top Glove control the risk? Well, to minimize hazard or accident in the workplace, the company used hierarchy of control by sequence from elimination, substitution, engineering control, administrative control to PPE. Most of the time, this control measure will be used concurrently and in combination depending on the situation and necessity. The highest level of protection and the most effective control is elimination. For example, installation of automated tank cleaning system to replace manual cleaning. This eliminates the needs for employees to access the small areas which can put them in danger. So by removing hazard from workplace, it can create a safer working environment, reduce labor costs, and boost productivity. Second control is substitution. Top Glove replaces dangerous chemical with safer alternatives. For example, Top Glove substitute a highly concentrated solution in the water treatment with a less dangerous chemical. This can reduce the risk of severe skin burns, eye damage, and metal corrosion. Next is engineering control, which are implemented to isolate people from hazards. This includes redesigning containers for safer handling, using barriers to block hazard, automating dangerous tasks, and employing ventilation system to disperse toxic gases. Fourth, administrative control, which involve procedures and training to enhance safety. This includes regular safety training, developing SOP, rotating tasks to reduce strain, and 5S. And the last one is PPE. PPE are used as the last line of defense in Top Glove when other control measures are not feasible or require additional protection. This includes masks, helmets, gloves, and safety shoes. Workers are trained to use PPE properly, understanding the limitation of the PPE and ensuring effective protection in hazardous situations. So, by combining this measure, Top Glove ensure a comprehensive approach to workplace safety and protecting employees from risk and hazard in workplace.
So lastly, the conclusion. Understanding hazard and risk empowers us to create safer work environments by advocating for proactive safety measures and potentially even implementing a HIRARC process. We can all contribute to a culture of a safety wherever we work. So thank you for your time. Hope you enjoy our presentation and have a nice day.